Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a mini junk journal. So you guys, these are just some of the items that I will be using. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, so I just had to pull out as much as I could. And here's some of the papers, all sorts of things. There's more things in this bag that I have. So I'm just starting with this basic regular envelope and I'm measuring. So it's going to be about 3.5 by 3. And so I had these papers from a cruise that I took with my cousins. So I'm making, these are mini, they're going to be tree ornaments for Christmas. And so I'm making them for one for my cousin and one each for my two sisters. So as you're going to see, I'm going to be cutting out threes and some of the items, and the rest I'll do off camera. But I'm just making this. I just got the concept of a junk journal and I love it. So I wanted to try it, and I saw on a couple of channels that people were doing the mini ones for trees. And so I'm just using this old book. It's from the Daily Bread, is from last year, from 23, from July to September. And I'm just using some of these pages to add into my little junk journal. So this is the first time I've ever made one, you guys. Now I've made other little smaller books, like with memo pads and things like that. But this is my first time attempting to make signatures, as they call them. And each junk journal is going to have 3 signatures. And that's just the different pages that I put together. And then I'm going to sew them inside of the cover of the journal. So here I'm just measuring out some of the papers, and this is the size that I'm going to make it. And it doesn't matter if all of the pages are not the exact size. That's the beauty of it. And then I just had these leftover holiday bags from last year, so I decided to use them, the cute little reindeer on them. And then I decided later to use the words also. So what I'm doing for my signatures, I want a cute picture in the middle. So when you open each signature, I'll have a cute holiday picture, that is, in the middle of each one. And I'm just basically using this envelope as a guide for most of the different papers that I'm cutting. And then I accidentally cut the bottom of that envelope, and I'll fix it in a little bit. And then I realized, because this is a cute little bag, so I said, well, I want to cut that green off, and I have a use for it. I might use it later. So today I'm constructing the mini journal, and I hope to get it all together, and then I'll make another video with me embellishing it inside of the journals. I'm going to use different things. So most of the items that I have shown was items that I'm going to use to embellish it, like stamps and different things. Now these papers, you guys, I've had for years. At least I want to say since, oh, I don't even want to tell you. Never mind. I had it for a long time, so I just pulled them out. Actually, they get a giveaway. Look at the date on them, 2005. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so because I like scrapbooking, so I'm just finding something that I could put in that's cheerful. So these were from December 2025. Yeah, so my cousin, I'm making hers first. So she loves purple. She likes red too, but she loves purple. So I was trying to find as much things, items or papers that had purple on them. So that's why I chose this one. It's really cute little polar bears. And you guys, my paper cutter, this was one, I think it was one that was gifted to me or bequeathed to me from my eldest sister who passed in 21. But honey, it needs, the blades are not working quite well on it, and it was skipping and dragging and tearing my paper. So I had to go back in and make the edges of a lot of the papers smooth again. But it will do some thin papers. So here I'm trying to construct the first, this is one of the signatures. And like I said, it doesn't matter if all the papers are not the same size. So I was deciding which papers to put inside. And so these are just some that I had. The one with the big squares, the graph paper, it didn't make the cut because it's too thin. But I decided to use these. These are papers that I use, you guys. I like to repurpose. They're from old notebooks, old planners. And instead of me throwing them away, I just saved them that I could use. Well, I didn't have any idea about junk journals at that time, but I knew I could make other types of notebooks with them. But this is a fun way to use up if you have any leftover pages. Instead of throwing them out, you could repurpose them. And so I thought that would be cute with the notes. Like I later on in the video, I switched it around so it was in the front of this signature. I really enjoyed constructing this. Now, you guys, this video was 94 minutes long and I had to cut it down to 24. Whew. And these I've had also a very long time, at least since 2009 or 2010, the material, but I decided not to use it. So I do like this cute little one on the top, the Santa. I think that's what I used to put on the cover of this mini journal. And so this is just some, oh my gosh, I just lost the train of the name of this, chipwood. Yeah, so I'm just making it so it have a little backing so I have enough room to sew in these little signatures. Yeah. So, and I just happen to already have this. I bought that back in 21, and I was making little folders and covering other books, and so they just already happened to be cut. I just had to cut a small piece off. So my initial thought was that I was going to make the all three on camera, but that would have taken too long. So I'm just focusing on this one. And this is just some Christmas wrapping paper I got probably from the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. And I thought it was really cute with the snowmans and the Christmas trees on it. So I decided to, at first I was thinking maybe I could cover the mini journal with that, but I had already chosen another color cover. So I just decided to put this inside the mini journal and let it be one of the centerpieces for the signature. And I'm still insisting on trying to use this paper cutter. Oh man. Sometimes it worked well, other times it did not. But like I said, I cut a lot of the video out so you guys didn't see me fumbling with it. So I have 3 sheets cut out here. And I'm just trying to do as much as I can so once I'm off camera, I can make the other 2. I need to make one for myself because I'm thinking if I don't make mine now also, then I'm going to say, oh, I wish I had. So so look, guys, what I found in the bag. Can you believe it? I already had 3 that I could have used. And this is a cute stamp. It says uniquely handmade special edition, I think it says. There was a stamp. I might use that to embellish the inside of the journals. And that pretty flowered paper is from a creator here on the platform. I think her channel is called Scrapbooking with Me. Yes, I'll try to put the link down in the description bar. And that's where I got some of the ideas from making junk journals. But she, if you join her newsletter, you could get some beautiful Friday freebies and get some beautiful paper. My printer doesn't do her beautiful paper justice. Okay, and these I just got from either the 99-cent store or Dollar General, and they look nothing like what's on the outside. I thought they were roses and pretty reds. So I'm just trying to find a color of the paper that I could use. Maybe in my sister's journal. One of my sisters is born in March, so I like to give her things that are green themed. So I'm just looking through, and I didn't see too many things I could use in my cousin's, although I thought about that lavender, but I decided not to. Yeah, lavender is not quite same as purple. So I'm just cutting these apart. I had been printed these out. I got these a while from off of the Scrapbooking with Me website. So I'm just going to use this, and I chose this one with the really pretty purple rose. I think a couple of them had purple rose, but I like this one the best. So I'm going to put that inside. And then this paper is from Hobby Lobby, the paper studio, the handwritten paper. And I'm just using this to put that in my little journal. And later I'll try to even out the papers. I wanted 7 in each signature, but one of them only has 5. And so this is going to be like a little pocket. So I decided to just cut it down, and I have to put, I should have used the tape runner to close this up, and I put my Elmer's glue on it, and it made it a little puckered as it dried. But it looks okay now as to me recording this video. But if it has too much pucker on it, I'll just cover it up with a stamp or a sticker once I do the embellishments. So I'm just going to let that dry. And then I got these from Crafter Square from the Dollar Tree. And those are, one side of it is a score that you score paper with, and the other side is this piercing tool. And it came with 2 sides. So I love it. It really worked nicely. I wish the cap stayed on better though, but that's okay. And so I ended up using the one with the larger piercing on it, but you know, the point, I should have used the smaller one because this is working sort of in a small area. And so I'm just making the dots so where I want to put the holes. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't that much room to work in, and I accidentally had cut that, but I'll fix that up later. It won't show once I cover the backing and the inside. So here I am piercing the holes. And honey, you guys, this part, now this is not a how-to video. This is how Dee's doing this the first time. So you guys don't look at this stitching. I know I totally blew it. I did not follow any guidelines. I have watched a lot of the journal making videos from different channels, and I did everything they pretty much said don't do. Oh, man. So, like, first of all, I should have covered the backing of the cover and the inside before I started sewing. So that was for one no. And then now, this part was okay, but I realized if some of the papers are shorter than the others, so when I did the stitching, they didn't all get a stitch. But eventually it works out because since I went into the middles, I went to the top on both ends. The paper got hit in from some type of angle, so it really didn't matter at the end. Plus, I don't think any of them will come out. So I was debating on what string to use, but that was sort of too thick, and so I decided just to use this purple. And on second thought, I probably should have separated, because this string, it comes in like in 2 or 3 threads together. I could have just used 1 or 2 because it was a little thick. And then I'm just using the basic embroidering needle. Also was from my eldest sister's stash. She had so many wonderful things that I could use. I miss her, and this is her favorite. The 4th of July and Christmas was her favorite holidays. So this is where I start making a mess. So I'm holding that piece with my finger because I'm thinking, oh, okay, that part, I could just leave that out. It could be a bookmark. I can add a little bobble or something to it. Yeah, you'll see later. That didn't work out. That wasn't the case. So I think I was supposed to start in the middle, come back out, go up. You guys will see. Like I said, this don't follow this. I get the job done, but this is not a how-to video. So look at the back. I already messed up and skipping a hole. Oh my goodness. But I'm surprised. I love that chipboard because it's held up sturdy with me poking on it and bending it and pushing, it held up nice without tearing. So I just, did as much as I could here, and I decided to just tie. And now I have seen them do that. They tied it in 2 knots. And then initially I was going to leave the strings hanging because, like I said, I could put like a little baubles or something on it. But I think I ended up cutting those strings. So that's the first signature. You see the little ballerina girl. So I'm showing you guys the back of it. And sorry if some of the it's not in the frame. I'm sorry. It was so hard for me to film sometimes. I don't understand. Yeah. Why my phone, I bought a new stand and it does not reach all the way over to my desk. And then I made a mistake, you guys, and put the Carnival memo sheet upside down. Can you believe that? Didn't take it apart. I just had to leave it. Oh my gosh. So here I am putting in the other signatures. Look how pretty that paper looks. And so if you noticed in the other signature, I ended up looping the thread over and over under. Oh my gosh. And then I think I did that. I've done the same. Excuse me. I don't even know. I'm getting tired. Okay, now look. I made a mistake and have sewn the flap of that envelope with the purple thread. So here's where I just go under and under. That is not one of the ways I've seen other journal makers sew in the signature. I'm sure I'll do better on the other two. As of me recording this video, I have not completed the others. And you guys be sure to watch for the next video where I do the embellishments, and then I will show you guys the other completed journals. So look, I was able to pull that out. So see, that's a little pocket. And so I just took scissors and rounded the envelope, the flap, and then that's cute. So you can use these, all of these you can write, and that right there I could just cover it with stickers or something. But you can write, you could put pictures, you could put little things inside. It's just something cute to be hang on your tree. And so I remembered I had a corner chomper. So I went back and rounded the corners, and that one came out a little funny because I had already cut it, so I just took the scissors and nicked it off. Perfect. So now we have the little pocket. So I just cut the string. So I'm finished sewing in those. All right, so here comes this other part. So this is where I'm, like I said, I should have covered the backing and the insides before I sewed the signatures in. So it makes it a little bit challenging, but not impossible. So I just measured it off, and then I just used my scissors and cut around big enough that I will be able to fold it over all the way around. So I cut the other ones. So those are the ones I'm going to use for the other journals that I make. Also, guys, I'm working in a small space. I'm working at my little desk. So, wow, I'm not constantly moving stuff out the way. So here, you guys, this tacky glue I've had since 2020. And the top wasn't on it all that time. So it was not budging out. So I used what I could. I think if I use it later with the wooden stick or something, I could use some, but I just had to switch to old Elmer. So sorry, this part is not quite in the frame. Yeah, and so I'm just using my smoothing tool to smooth it out. Use a little bit more glue. And so now I'm going all the way around and just folding the edges up. And like I said, since I already have it down and pasted, so now I have to try to fit it up under the pages, under the signature pages. And I'm just keeping that smooth out until it dries. Just using my smoothing tool so I won't have any lines or bubbles. And I'm just trimming off this excess because I don't excess. Am I even saying the correct words? I'm so sorry, you guys. I cannot believe right now it is after midnight when I'm recording this voiceover. And then when I finish this voiceover, I'm going to go embellish this one and then make the other two. And I'm behind on my Vlogmas videos. But I'm glad you guys are here and thank you for your support. Okay, so just smoothing that down. I like the way it's looking so far. And so I'm cutting the edges, the corners, so I can fold it down so it can look neat. And the same here, adding a little glue. Make sure I get the corners really well so they won't try to pop open later. All right, and so I figured out I was gonna put purple, like I said, that's her color, but I realized this cute polka dot colored paper matches the little tree, the ornaments on the tree. This is all from the paper studio from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just gonna make this the inside covers. I already have my cut pieces. And just gonna put this down with a little glue. Now, like I said, I've made these something like this before. Now, I knew I needed to just have one plain sheet all the way across, and it would have made it look much better. And it would have been under the signatures. But this works well. It's okay. It looks okay. That paper, that one, this second one, when I put it down, it came out a little crooked. I tried to get it up under the signatures as much as possible. Yeah. But it'll work. I think my cousin's going to love it. And she already contacted me a few days ago and saying my ornament is in the mail. I wonder what she got. Whatever she did, I think she made it because she says, oh, I like how they came out. I want to make myself one. That's so funny. Isn't that cute, you guys? And so this is the bands, just a hair tie that I think I'm going to put over it. You guys, so tell me what you think. Could you or would you like to make anything like that? I'm just going to put that clamp so it can dry. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like it. Tell me have you ever made a junk journal or used one? I appreciate you. Later, Gators.